You'd be surprised at how it's possible to live on $30,000 a year without going broke or falling into debt. In this video, we'll provide tips and tricks for making the most of your money. Whether you're just starting out in life or you're retired and living on a fixed income, these tips will help you save money and live comfortably. But before we get started, welcome to Blue Chip Mindset, where we help people with money, personal finance, and investing. Number 1. Change your perspective. Before we talk about changing perspective, let's do some basic math to determine how much $30,000 is. Earning $30,000 a year means you make $2,500 a month. On average, a full-time employee in the United States works 1,800 hours per year if you account for holidays. That's 37.5 hours per week or 7.5 hours per day for a typical 5-day work week. If you divide your $30,000 income by 1,800 work hours, you get $16.67 per hour. However, it's essential to remember that this is your gross salary, which means this is the amount you're paid before taxes are subtracted. After taking into account individual tax withholdings, as well as costs for insurance and other benefits, your final take-home hourly wage is likely closer to $14 per hour. Why do we need to calculate all that? Well, it's to change your perspective on money. We tend to see money as a tool to exchange for goods or services. If a cup of good coffee costs $4, it's just 4 $1 bills. If a dinner at a restaurant costs $40, it means coughing up 2 $20 bills. But if we look from another angle, we earn money from sacrificing our own time and effort. When we're spending money, we spend our time and effort. So, when you spend $100 per month on coffee, it's not just one Ben Franklin you're spending, but almost a whole day of work for those cups of Starbucks. You can then ask yourself, is it worth working a whole day just in exchange for a cup of Grande Caramel Macchiato every day? 2. Have a budget. Creating a budget is one of the best ways to live on a low income. When you have a budget, you know exactly how much you must spend each month and what you need to save. This can help you stay on track and avoid overspending. There are many different ways to create a budget. You can use a simple spreadsheet or a budgeting app. The key is to find a method that works for you and one that you'll stick to. When creating a budget, include all of your expenses, including rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and debt payments. Be realistic about how much you can afford each month and stay within your budget. The first thing you need to pay attention to when creating your budget is your housing costs. Where you live plays a huge role in your overall quality of life. There's a few things to consider before you rent or buy a home if you're single and make just $30,000 a year. First, look for a roommate to help pay rent and bills. This way, you can spend less money while still living comfortably. Generally, your housing costs should be at most 25% of your income. Therefore, if you're earning between $2,000 and $2,500 a month, your rent should fall between $500 and $650 a month. The next thing you need to pay attention to when creating your budget is your food costs. Regarding budgeting, the cost of food typically gives you the most wiggle room. Take a look at how much you're spending and try to reduce that cost every week or month. When trying to save money, consider your daily expenses, such as buying coffee or going out to lunch. Also, socializing after work with colleagues can accumulate quickly. If you have children, look for restaurants where they can eat for free or at the very least have a discounted kids menu. If you want to save money, make coffee at home and bring it in a travel mug instead of spending $5 a day at Starbucks. Making minor adjustments like these can amount to significant savings over time. Dining out should be a rarity, not the norm. You can shop for local grocery sales and find deals on meat and vegetables you can freeze. You can also buy rice and pasta in bulk to get a better deal. By responsibly planning and budgeting, you can slash your food-related expenses significantly. This does not mean you have to give up eating at your favorite burger place on occasion. If you cut down on restaurant meals to once a week, or even better, once a month, you'll likely be astonished at how much money you can save. Lastly, you can save money on entertainment. If you're looking to spend less on entertainment and stay within your budget, one suggestion would be to resist overspending on TV and cell phone costs. Online streaming is not only the future, but it can also save you loads of money. Ditch your cable company and sign up for one of the many excellent streaming TV services available. Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu have some great deals, which are much cheaper than regular cable from the local cable company. You could reduce your monthly bill by more than half. One way to reduce your phone bill is by negotiating with your carrier. If they can't give you a lower rate, shop around for a newer, cheaper plan with other competitors. They may even buy out your existing plan to get you to switch over. Aim to spend at most $150 a month on your phone, internet, and television services combined to decrease your expenses. 3. Pay cash for everything. When trying to stick to a budget, paying for everything in cash is one of the easiest ways. By using cash, you can physically see how much money you have left and are less likely to overspend. Another benefit of paying for everything in cash is you'll avoid getting in debt. When using a credit card, it can be easy to spend more than you intend. And if you don't have money to pay off your credit card bill in full, you end up paying additional interest on your balance. Paying for everything in cash can be difficult if you don't have a lot of money saved. But there are a few ways to make it work. One way is to pay for small expenses like groceries and gas with cash. Once you've got used to doing that, move on to bigger expenses. It'll then become second nature to pay using cash. If you cannot pay for everything in cash, another option is to use a debit card instead of a credit card. This will help keep your spending under control because the bank will stop letting you spend any more money when your balance gets low. Using a debit card or cash will always be cheaper than a credit card. So if you're looking to stick to a budget, these two methods are worth considering. 4. Make a savings plan. One of the best ways to stick to a budget is to have a savings plan. When you have a savings plan, you know exactly how much money you'll save each month and can budget accordingly. One way to create a savings plan is to set a goal. What do you want to save for? A new car? A down payment on a house? Retirement? Once you've decided on a goal, break that goal down into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, if you want to save $10,000 for a car, you might save $500 per month. That way, you'll reach your goal in 20 months. It's also essential to make sure that your savings plan is realistic. If you're only able to save $50 per month, don't set a goal to save $500. You'll just be frustrated and likely give up. Another thing to remember when creating your savings plan is that you should have different savings accounts for various purposes. For example, you may have one account for emergency expenses and another account for long-term savings goals. When it comes to saving money, it's not only important to be organized, but to have a plan. By creating a savings plan, you'll be more likely to stick to your budget and reach your financial goals. 5. Be accountable. It's important to be honest with yourself. Don't set unrealistic goals if you know you're not good at sticking to a budget. Start small and work your way up. This won't work unless you're candid about your finances, no matter how bad they may seem. To avoid falling into debt and be able to live comfortably with your $30,000 income, you must commit and follow through. This means tracking your spending, setting realistic financial goals, and having an accountability partner who can help you stay on track when things get tough. This could be a friend or a family member. No matter what method you choose for budgeting, the most important thing is to stay accountable to yourself. That way, you'll be sure to live comfortably on your low income. Good luck with reaching all of your financial goals. Remember that living on $30,000 a year doesn't have to mean living in poverty. With careful budgeting and wise money-saving tips, you can make the most of your money. So, do you have any other tips or tricks you care to share that could help someone else? If so, drop a comment below. Tap the like button and share if you enjoyed the video. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.